Hi, my name is Renita Maglin. I am stationed at the Criminal Investigations Department at Quarters Ivlery, attached to the Trafficking in Persons Unit. I am a Sergeant of Police. My responsibility here at the unit is to conduct all trafficking in persons operation across the country and to also conduct trafficking in persons investigation. I would have recently graduated from the University of Guyana with a bachelor's degree in social work, passed with distinction.
So what motivates you to pursue studies in this particular area?
I have two reasons for pursuing social work. One is personal and the other one is work-wise. Personally, growing up, I was a victim of teenage pregnancy. So for me growing up, there wasn't much social workers or young persons around that you could have talked or related to. So most of the time you felt that you were all alone and persons don't understand what you were going through. So for me, being able to help other young women like myself, for them to understand that you're not alone, you're not the first person that would have been or is a teenage mother, and you could actually pursue your goals after becoming a mother. Secondly, most of my years in the Guyana Police Force have been me working with victims of sexual crime, now trafficking in persons. And policing is not all about charging persons and putting them before the court, but able to understand why persons are behaving the way they're behaving, what cause behavior, and how we can actually go back to the roots of these behavior and actually cause changes to happen, so we won't have reoccurrences of these crimes and behaviors. So it's also about networking with other agencies that can help persons better themselves.
So with your degree that you now have, how do you think that this degree will enhance your ability in executing your duties?
Well, now having a degree in social work, it helps me help my victims more because I can understand where they're coming from. I can counsel them. I could do so many things. I can network with other agencies that can give them the necessary help that they might need that I might not be able to give them, among many other things. So like social work is a multifaceted course. It encompasses a lot of things, laws, policies, so you are better able to understand and help persons whenever they come before you.
How did you balance your work life and your study life? How you balance both?
That was a bit challenging, but I had my officers and my subordinate officer. They were very supportive of me studying. The crime chief, he have always encouraged persons to pursue studies. So when I had assignments, I would just explain to my officer or my subordinates, and they would always step in and assist me. So I didn't have a hard time work-wise, and then I had my family at home who supported me. So for me, it wasn't hard, but it wasn't hard for me. It was very easy because I had persons that supported me along the journey.
So would you encourage other police officers, not only in the criminal investigation department, but other departments, to study social work if they're passionate about it?
Yes, and I do. I encourage everybody that I come into contact with because I share my story a lot. And I would always say the best thing that you can do for yourself is to educate yourself, go back to school. It's never too late. If I can do it, you can do it. So once you're passionate about social work, it must be something that you love, because social work, it helps you to get into contact, get into touch with the real you. So you have to deal with your issues before you could actually say, okay, you want to be a social worker. So yes, I would encourage persons to study social work, not just social work, but any other subject or any other field that you're passionate about, that you think that you can actually bring a change to our society or our country as a whole, or more so the Guyana Police Force.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Latoya Bailey, Corporal. I'm stationed at the CID Investigation Department, and I'm attached to the Major Crime Investigations Unit. I'm also the subordinate officer in charge of the juvenile branch. I recently graduated from the University of Guyana with a diploma in public management, and I'm presently pursuing my degree.
Great. Corporal Bailey, how do you think this diploma will better enable you to execute your duties?
Well, the course really is about management, so it helps me to perform as a better manager, because as I said that I'm a subordinate officer in charge of the juvenile department, so it would enable me to be the best of what I'm doing.
Great. What motivated you to pursue studies in this area?
Well, I pursued the University of Guyana because, well, I'm the first in my family, on both my parents, on my mother and father, to be the first to attend the University of Guyana. And most of all is that I love education, and I really wanted, it was my desire to attend the University of Guyana to receive a diploma. That's just what I desired, what I wanted. It's all about me. And the thing about it that we're moving to a world where education is everything, and time's changing, and I can't sit and relax and wait with just a certificate at CXC alone.
Awesome. If you would, what advice would you give to the members of the force who are thinking of pursuing but are hesitant?
Well, society changing, and most persons at the higher bracket are well educated, and the person that are accepting in the force are persons that have either the degree, the masters, and these things, and you cannot sit back and wait on whatever for promotion with just a certificate or a CXC. Well, it shouldn't be a certificate, a CXC certificate, or even your birth certificate. You have to get up and get what you desire, what you want, how you want to move up, and it depends on your education status.
Okay, thank you, Corporal Bailey.
Hello, my name is Fiona Fredericks, Inspector of Police, and I'm presently stationed at the Criminal Investigation Department in charge of the Criminal Records Office. I recently graduated from the University of Guyana with a bachelor's degree in public management, passed with credit.
Great. What motivated you to pursue studies in that area?
Well, public management was not my first choice, but I get into that program and I worked from there and completed my 4 years successfully.
You mentioned that you're the officer in charge of the Criminal Records Office. How did you balance both work and study?
Well, studying at the university or at any level and working, being the officer in charge, it's very challenging. But I learned to manage time, so it was difficult. It was not an easy road, but I learned to manage.
Great. So what are the plans for the future now that you have a bachelor's degree in public management? Where do you go from here?
Well, my desire is to do my master's in public administration, and I'm working towards that presently.
What advice would you give to the ranks under your command that are seeking to pursue tertiary education?
To go for it, it's never easy, and knowledge is never enough. Gaining and attaining a diploma or a degree at the highest university we can offer in our country is always a great one, and I encourage
each and every one who is striving and who is looking in that direction to go with a positive mind, to go with an open mind, and always put God first.